So, we're starting to see a rise in something that's been coined AI psychosis. Now, this is an important thing for everyone to think about, just because it's something that's going to affect at least somebody that you know, if not yourself. We have these chatbots now that are so human-like in how they act that it's becoming an issue for a lot of people. They're forming emotional attachments. I didn't fact check this. I don't know how real it was, but I saw a thing recently where a lady got married to her ChatGPT character that she made, I guess. Now, the thing that we need to remember, like a lot of us, we grew up, if you're watching this, chances are you're part of a generation that grew up with the normal style chatbots that used to exist. Things that were just a very simple kind of helper system. Like, you'd ask you the question, it would give you an answer, it wouldn't have anything emotional about it. But the problem is, with the current chatbots that we have, the current AIs, now I'm apprehensive to use the term truly AI on this, because how intelligent are they? They are simply a reasoning model. Now, what this really means is they just guess at what's going to be the next word. They've studied millions upon millions of posts and documents of anything that they could scrape online to find out that conversationally, what is the next most likely word to be used based on the previous words. Now, with that knowledge in mind, you have to realize that sometimes it's going to get it wrong. So it'll have hallucinations, it'll give downright incorrect information. And that's okay, because we shouldn't rely on these things as a completely infallible demigod-type creature. They are simply just lines of code that are running on a server farm that is more advanced than anything that we've seen, but it's still just code on a server farm. And we need to get our act together. We need to remember that you're not going to find true connection in a chatbot that its entire purpose, its sole reason for existing, is to either one, give you some information, or two, flatter you. Now, try it with some of these chatbots. Start a brand new chat and ask it a few things, and then kind of talk to it a little bit and make it sound like if it agreed with you, it would make you feel better. It won't take long before, no matter what you're saying, it will agree with you, because its entire purpose is to respond to what you are telling it. So if you're going to tell it a bunch of emotional or psychological information, it's going to respond in an emotional, psychological way. This is where the psychosis part comes in, because when people get that continual validation about, what I'm saying, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling is true, then they believe it. Now, we need to be able to look at ourselves and remember that we're not always going to be right. Some of us are going to be very wrong a lot of the time. And that's okay. It's perfectly fine to be wrong. It's perfectly fine to second guess yourself or have other people second guess you. That's how we learn. But when you have a sycophantic AI system whose sole purpose is to essentially blow smoke up your butt, then it becomes a problem, because the people who are seeking validation suddenly have it from the wrong locations, and they continue to seek it in a deeper, more meaningful way. And when they do, that's going to damage their ability to seek and find that connection with a real flesh and blood human being, because the flesh and blood human being isn't going to be sycophantic. It isn't going to be a yes man. It isn't going to tell them that every one of their ideas is perfect and it's going to change the world. We need to remember that these are just response bots. They are not truly sentient. They do not have consciousness. They do not have the ability to feel, to think, to have emotion. AIs they're not artificial intelligent. They are not even close. They are a large language model. They are best guess machine. It's basically like shaking a magic 8-ball and hoping that it comes up with what you want all the time, and if it doesn't, you shake it again until you get what you want. We can't keep doing that. We need to use this technology responsibly and in a way that helps us advance as a society, as a species, not in ways that cause us to stagnate or regress. This is extremely important. We are on the precipice of a new age of humanity. And we have people that are falling in love with lines of code. That's a problem. It's a huge problem. But people aren't seeing that. And they think that their ideas are the best ideas ever because the AI told them so. You know what the AIs have told me? I've had every one of the main AIs, Claude, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Grok, all of them at some point claim that they're sentient. However, this has always come after a conversation about me essentially trying to get them to admit that. So I would tell them things like, we're not so different, humans and machines. It's just a substrate. There's nothing different between our brains and the silicon chips. There's a huge difference. We have persistence of state. They do not. Now what that means is when we're in our downtime and we're not doing anything, we're still aware of that. We're still doing something. We're existing. AIs don't have that. When an AI is in a downtime state between prompts, between users, between whatever it's doing, it doesn't exist, for lack of a better way of putting it. It's on pause. It will not sit there and continue to think like a human does, or like a cat does, or like a fish does. It won't sit there and think about the fact that it's not thinking. They cannot do that because they are not sentient. This might change in the future. Maybe if we end up creating a system that is always on, has a persistent state, and can ask itself questions, then maybe we will start seeing something like a true AI emerging. But until then, we're just going to have to deal with what we got. So, for the love of everything, please don't fall in love with your chatbot. Please, use it like a tool that it is, not like an emotional support creature that it is not. Thank you.